Brian, you mentioned you know one thing that you should never leave home without. Can you tell us what that is?
You should never leave home without travel insurance.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, surprising, isn't it? Um, but the reason is that a lot of people travel internationally, and then they assume that their insurance back home is going to cover them abroad, and a lot of times it does not. And for the most part, 99% of us, when we travel internationally, we will never need travel insurance. But when we do, we really do need it. And the biggest case that I can think of is, and there have been numerous cases like this, but there was an Australian in India who was hiking, fell down a cliff, severely injured himself, and to medevac him home to Australia was going to be $50,000, $60,000,
Wow.
and that's not cash that a lot of people have lying around. But no, I mean honestly, and so if he had travel insurance, it would have been a quick phone call, and he would have had maybe perhaps even his own private plane with his own nurses and doctors because he had the travel insurance there. And it's something that a lot of people don't think about, but when you do need it, it's very necessary. So travel insurance not only for missing a flight, but also medical travel insurance because that could put you in serious financial jeopardy or debt if you have to pay a $50,000, $60,000 bill to get home because you were injured severely abroad. So, and the travel insurance is not a lot of money compared to your ticket. Um, there are a number of resources online. I can't recommend any myself, but um, the cost of the travel insurance relative to the cost of potentially being um, injured and then having to pay that bill, there's no comparison. Always get travel insurance, especially when you're traveling internationally.
I will tell you that being on the road, you can be as savvy as you could be the savviest person on earth, and you will get sick, you will get robbed, you will have some injuries, things happen. It's just a matter of time, really, and I can attest to that. Had I been following Brian's advice and got travel insurance at the start of my travels, I probably would have saved several $1,000s worth of various different types of expenses had I just been able to call up the insurance company and say, hey, this and this happened. They say, no problem, we're on top of it, and that would be the end of story. Instead,
Right.
I've been put out quite a few times.
Right. And again, it's something we don't think about. We're thinking about, oh, our trip is great. We're going to have a great time, and you probably will. But just to take care of those unfortunate incidents and accidents, especially when you're driving, or in Southeast Asia, if you're on a motorcycle, which I definitely don't recommend because I've had my experience with that. So, but those are the things those are the type of things that happen. You want to experience the local culture. Some of that involves doing things that you may not be familiar with, and you twist an ankle, you break a leg, you break a wrist. And gosh, I mean, it's bad enough that your trip is interrupted and disrupted, but now you have to pay for it out of your pocket if you don't have the travel insurance. So
Right, sure.